here we are for the second part of our story of the last week that Jesus was here on earth, a very long time ago, when people could see him and hear him before he went back to his Father in heaven. Of course, we still know that Jesus is with us today, don't we? Even though we can't see or hear him. But this is about a time when he just was in his last days here on the earth. Now, do you remember last time we said about the special meal that Jesus had with his disciples, his friends? That was called the Last Supper. Remember? And now we call it Holy Communion. Well, a bit later on in the week, the disciples, who had had very happy faces when Jesus came into Jerusalem on the donkey, and when they had that nice last supper with Jesus, they were all smiling and they were all happy then. But actually, towards the end of the week, just after that Last Supper, when they were all happy together, their faces changed. They weren't happy anymore. They were very sad. And I think some of them might have been crying. The reason they were sad, and the reason they might have been crying, was that their very, very special friend Jesus had died. He'd been killed by his enemies. He'd been afraid that Jesus was take over as a king of their country, because he'd ridden in on the donkey like a king, and everybody was calling him king. His enemies were afraid. So they killed him. How sad was that? How sad were Jesus' friends and disciples? This happened on the day we now call Easter Friday. Strangely enough, we call it Good Friday. The disciples didn't think they would ever be happy again. But 2 days later, after they'd started to be so sad, everything changed. Early in the morning, on that Sunday, a few of Jesus' friends went to the special garden where they had left Jesus' body. They'd left it in a special cave, in a special place, and they put sweet-smelling oil on him, and they'd wrapped him in special clothes, and they laid him there peacefully in this very peaceful, special garden. When they went to look to make sure that he was still there and still safe and everything was okay, they looked inside the cave, and they looked at each other, and they said, "We know that's where we left Jesus' body, and now it's not there. It's gone. Where's it gone? Where's he gone?" At first, they thought somebody had stolen the body away. But later, they found out. Because Jesus was so special, and because he was the Son of God, he came to the disciples, his friends, himself, and he spoke to them. He told them that he wasn't dead in the cave anymore. He was alive again, and he would always be there for them to feel him close to them, even after he'd gone back to his Father in heaven, and they couldn't actually see him anymore or hear him anymore. They would always know that they could feel him there. They could feel him helping them, and they could feel that he was alive alive again, even though they wouldn't be able to see him. Oh, can you imagine how the disciples felt? Their faces changed again. First they'd been happy, then they'd been sad. Now they were happy again. They were smiling again. Jesus was alive because Jesus was special. We call this day when Jesus came alive again Easter Sunday. I wonder if you have something special on Easter Sunday. I wonder whether you have Easter eggs on Easter Sunday. The Easter eggs remind us of new life. And it was new life for Jesus when he came alive again on the first Easter Sunday. And so we can remember that story. We can remember sometimes we have happy days when we're smiling, we want to smile. Some days we have sad days, maybe even want to cry. But we can remember that just as the disciples knew that Jesus had come alive and they could see him, we know that we can still feel Jesus with us, even though we can't see him like the disciples did, but that's okay, because we can still talk to him and we can still know and feel that he's with us and he will help us when the sad days go away. He will help us to smile again, and the sad days will become happy days again. It's okay to be sad sometimes. It's okay to cry sometimes because, well, sometimes things are sad for us and we need to be sad and cry. But we know we can ask Jesus to help us when we feel sad and help us to have a happy day again, because we know he's there helping us and with us always. So, happy Easter to you all. Take care now. Be kind. Help your friends and your family. Stay safe. Till we see you again. Bye for now. Bye.